Hey, good morning, everybody. I'm headed out. Today is Friday, July the 7th, day 134 on the Appalachian Trail. And I've left Flagstaff Lake and I am headed north, headed to Kennebec, Maine, where I will cross the Kennebec River today, hopefully. I will shuttle across, ferry across, and I will be staying at the Sterling Inn tonight, where I have my resupply box there, I hope, waiting on me. I haven't checked that. Haven't checked to make sure it made it, but it was supposed to have made it yesterday. Oh, and the bugs are already wearing me out. I'm gonna have to spray. I've been using my spray here lately, trying to keep them out of my ears more than anything. The black flies. I just talked to Sean, my driver, who brought me back to the trail this morning. He said when we have a real wet early summer, when they have that the bugs are in full force. And I know it's the same way where I'm from too. The mosquitoes do their thing better and resupply. And they have been bad the last few days. Then after it's warmed up and drying out. Oh, and talking to other hikers that everybody's fighting them. I just have this little repel spray that's not, it's got DEET in it. It's really not, probably needs a little more DEET to keep these dudes from off of me. I also have a bug net, but I get so hot when I put the bug net on, I hate to put it on. All right, let me put down some miles. I'm not sure about the views. I know the terrain is not mountainous or not real hilly. I got 20 miles to go, so I gotta roll. I gotta get across that river at the end of the day. All right, I'll come back on and talk to you more later. Thanks. This is West Carey Pond. I have to keep moving. I'm probably going to end up putting a bug net on even with the heat. And they're just wearing me out. Anytime I stop, I get my hands. But they don't mind me moving, and they wear my face out, ears mostly. Black flies. I call them gnats. Everybody here calls them black flies. I guess they're black flies. I keep getting me on my hand again. Oh, and I did spray repel on my ears about 30, 45 minutes ago. I don't know how long ago. They laugh at that. They say, "Oh, you're giving us something to drink." Thank you. It doesn't even remotely check him up. Oh, there's one in my ear again. So don't think you can use repel. It doesn't work. I put it on, I guess, just so I know DEET, full strength DEET is the way to go, but gosh, I hate putting that on my body if I can avoid it. I don't know, sometimes you have to choose between the worst of two evils. And these bugs are getting me right now. So I may try the het net, and if I can't stand that, then I'll go to the 100% DEET. Melt my face off. All right, there's one on my hand. All right, talk to you later. Still on West Carey Pond. Wouldn't it be nice to be on a pontoon boat right now? I did put my bug net on, as you can see from the photo. Trying to decide if I want it under my hat or on top of my hat. I'm trying on top first. Some of you expert bug net wearers can tell me what I need to do. It's pretty lake, West Carey Pond, clear. So, the information I got yesterday that I put on video going over the tops, it was true. This is explaining the Arnold expedition that I was wondering. I didn't know about. Still hadn't done the research on. Hadn't edited that video yet. But this tells about that. Oof, I got to keep going. But that's pretty interesting about Benedict Arnold. So he came right through here. All right. How you like my bug net? I don't like it, but better than the alternative. I think I just about got attacked by a falcon. That's what it looked like. He came right at me, hollering, sounding a lot like a hawk, somewhat, as I'm walking up the trail, and came within 3 feet of my head. And I threw my poles up at the last second, and he swerved. I was hoping maybe he'd fly again. He's over there somewhere, but he came through the woods screaming at me, flying 90 to nothing, and then landed in a tree right there. Before I could get the camera out, he flew over there somewhere, and now he's not doing nothing. Come on, buddy. Bring me your best shot. He was coming at me. I'm afraid to turn around. That's the way I was coming from. I gotta go the other way. I don't see him. I think he'll be making that noise. I'll be ready if he starts screaming again. He went right at my head. And I promise you, when I threw my poles up, he was 3 feet from my head. I don't know what he thought he was gonna do. 200-pound man walking through the woods. That looked like and sounded like what a falcon sounds like. Not real familiar with falcons. I know all about hawks and a little bit about eagles, a little bit about, what's the bird out west I know about? Can't think of the name of it. They're protected. He was grayish, about as big as a big hawk, maybe just a tad bit bigger, longer, not as fat. And he was getting it coming through the woods. Pretty sure that was a falcon. I don't know what he was mad about. East Carey Pond. So Benedict Arnold portaged from the east to the west with all their boats and stuff. Moving on pretty good. The beach. All right, I'm at the Pierce Pond Outlet, and I got my Crocs on. Ooh. And I'm probably gonna not hold this camera in case I fall. So far it's not so bad. Cold. Alright, it's slick here. I'm gonna put this thing down and I'll give you an update on the other side. Okay, no problems. If you go straight across, it's too deep. It'll get about, mid-thigh or deeper. It looks like a deep hole, so I angled. I don't know if I can do this, and I angled over to this side, which would be your right side going northbound, and got in the shallow water, which is slick rocks, but it's a better way to do it. Just for anybody coming along behind me. And I found a little secret on this head net. I'm wearing my mother's shower cap from the 50s, or bathing cap from the 50s. But you keep the, I don't have to put it over my face. They don't bother my eyes, nose, mouth, all that. They just get after my ears. So if I just do like that and keep my ears covered good, they don't buzz in my ears. So, and it's easier to stay a little cooler. I put this log here for me to sit on and put my shoes back on, my boots. All right, by the way, a lot of you have commented about my toes. They're much better. And this plan of me keeping them dry as best I can has worked. Of course, 3 days without rain so far. I shouldn't have said that, but it's helped too. So they are much, much better, and thank you for all the concern and prayers. They're not well, but they are 100% better. Thanks. 3 miles to the Kennebec River. Looks like I'm gonna get to cross it. That's kind of been one of those things I wanted to do. Half of the people, or more than half probably, have had to be shuttled around it because they couldn't get across it because of high water. But we just kind of didn't want to miss that part of the trail. That's one of the unique things is having to getting to cross the Kennebec in a canoe or a boat. The trail goes to one side and then crosses in a boat. So everybody in the past has always done that. I didn't want to be different. I didn't want to have to drive and miss part of the trail. And I just think that was the last road crossing. Hit that sign where I just have 3 miles to go to the river. So that's good. Get this 3 mile section in. It's like an hour and a half drive around to get there. I can probably, I'll hike that faster than you can shuttle around it. Be picked up back there at that road. And the guy who normally does it for the ATC does it for free until 2 o'clock. I'm not gonna get there by 2, obviously, on a 20-mile day. So I am making really good time today because it's been flat. Boy, it's so nice to get a 20-miler in again. I long for those days when we could put down some miles. I am show you what I'm crossing. And here's another thing. I'm sorry, I hope that didn't make you dizzy. That's what I just crossed when I was talking to you. This is a lot of water right here. These board crossings are so much better than what we were crossing a week ago. So much better. I will say kudos to the main ATC for doing what it takes to keep these things in good shape. I know it takes a lot of work and a lot of volunteers. Today, I've noticed them over and over and over. They've been in really good shape. There's some places that need some help, but those bog crossings where the boards are have been pretty good today. All right, let me quit talking so I can do what I'm here to do, hike. Talk to you later. This is that same creek I crossed just downstream a little bit. You do not want to slip, fall, and get washed downstream. That would not be fun. I started saying earlier and I didn't finish, but the river crossing, the AT guy does it for free. I guess the ATC pays him till 2 o'clock. And you have to secure somebody else, him or somebody else, for if you're gonna cross after 2. So I had to secure somebody else, and I don't know if she is gonna pick me up. Her name is Cheryl. She's in far out, but I've already made contact with her back there, and don't know if it'll be in a canoe and if it'll have a white blaze in it. That was the neat thing about crossing the river. It had a white blaze in the bottom of the canoe, I had heard. I doubt hers will, but still, it's going across at the same spot. All right, that was what I meant to tell you earlier. I didn't finish. Made it, but there's a thunderstorm right on my tail, been thundering right behind me. I think that's my ride. Been following this as the creek came all the way from that pond. I have been running to get here, trying to beat this thunderstorm. Yeah, I bet that's my ride coming. I called her and told her I was running and be there shortly. She's getting with it. I hope she got 2 paddles. I can help her. That does not look good. And it started thundering right after I left the last video, and I took off the 3-mile boogie. I think I may ought to put my raincoat on. I'm probably just gonna have to get my feet wet. It's just gonna have to happen this time. I didn't get to film it. I was helping paddle, trying to get back as quickly as possible. That was nuts. I had to wade out about 50 yards into the river to get in the canoe, and then push us on out off the rocks. Whew. That was interesting. It would have been nice if it wasn't a thunderstorm. It actually it's just now here. I'm here at the Sterling Inn, which is just on the other side of the river, and it's just now really starting to rain hard. And there goes another lightning. All right, this is a nice place out here. I'm kind of excited. I got to get my wet clothes off. My feet got wet, but at least it was the end of the day. All right, talk to y'all later.